So today I'm going to show you how I grease up my machine. So for Christmas, I was able to get the Milwaukee M18. It's a grease gun on large pieces of equipment, tractors and track loaders, high lifts like I've got here. There's a lot of grease fittings, and you want to make sure that you always lubricate those, because if not, there may be a point where it becomes binded up, and that's when you start to have issues with your equipment pieces, either too much torque on them breaking, and it needs to be able to flow, move smoothly rather, not necessarily flow. So it's important to always grease your equipment for moving parts like that. I think there's 11 or 12 fittings on this machine, so it got very tiresome trying to do about 10 squirts in each of those fittings with a handheld grease gun, where you're hand pumping them every time. So I was able to get an actual grease gun, and what I like about this one is this one has a counter on it. So you can see that little dial there. That is essentially the equivalent to pumping it with your hand. So I just set it on, right now I've got it on 10. It puts 10 squeezes, so to say, into each grease fitting, and you go on to the next fitting rather than getting really tired with your wrist. I know by the time I get done doing one of these machines, my wrist is really tired and feeling it. Same way with my my dad's tractor. There's more grease fittings on that than our last tractor, so this is a great tool that we added to the toolbox here to be able to get things done on the farm. So I'll show you how I do that, and the ease and the simplicity of greasing a machine. So some of you may know, an area like this is one of the grease fittings that we're going to use. So this grease gun here has a long hose on it, and it's pretty nice because it gives you the ability to set the unit actually up and out of the way, and you have enough room to take your hose and actually apply it to the fitting. So I'll just take this, put it onto the fitting itself, and you'll kind of feel it snap on. And then once that's in place, it has enough lock on this particular unit that I don't have to hold it. But whenever I go over here, as I was saying before, I've got a counter here. So you can go to 9 or 8, all the way down to 0, and you got 10, 15, and then it goes in increments of 5 as you go on up to 25, but then it jumps up to 50. I like to stick at 10 for what I'm doing. So all I have to do now is just pull the trigger, and whenever I hold the trigger, you can kind of hear it counting, and that's going to be the amount of squirts that this puts into that grease fitting. So here we go. Ten squirts, it's done. So now I just take this off, and it is kind of tight. There's a lot of pressure that goes there. Oftentimes I will wipe that down just so I don't get additional grass, dirt, debris in the area, but we'll let that go for now. Oftentimes I will wipe these out, but I'm able to get to these pretty easily. Here's another one that we have, and I'll show you here. So again, push it on, come to your machine, pull the trigger, and release. This is a great tool to have. Very, very happy with it. I'm very happy that I was able to get it, because it has made greasing my machine extremely fast. So I hope you liked today's video. It's a very simple way of greasing a machine, keeping things lubricated and running smoothly on your machinery, whether it's a big piece of equipment like this or tractors to mowers. Simple way to keep things moving and keep your equipment maintained, because that is a high cost that you don't want to have to replace all the time. Like and subscribe to the channel if you like today's video, and we'll have plenty more of things to show you guys here on the farm as this weather breaks, and we're starting to get some really nice weather out here. So got a lot of ideas for videos. If you've got something that you're wanting to see that I haven't done yet, put it in the comment section. Let me see what it is, and if it's something that I know how to do, I can at least show you how I do it on my farm here with my family. So Like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys next time.